Shalom, Yasha Allah. This your boy, Brother Shamwa Allah, back at you with another quick edifying video. Right, today's lesson is going to be called "The Least Shall Draw Them Out." Right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Right, that's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and His only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi. Right, and the Holy Spirit, which is the Rawchaa Qadash. Right, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who have ruled well to the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has put this gospel and this truth and this 100% doctrine to the four corners of the earth in these last days. Right, like I said, today's lesson is going to be called "The Least Shall Draw Them Out." Right, and I came across this article that one of my Akims put in our little messaging, right? And it's from end time headlines. It says Iran tests ballistic missiles in preparation for strike on Israel, right? And we know Iran, is backed by Russia, right? Or in the scriptures, Gog and Magog, okay? And Israel, right? Is backed by Babylon, right? Which is, Babylon, of course, is the U.S., right? So the thing is, they're getting ready to put a strike on Israel, right? And if they do that, then the U.S. has to jump in because that's their ally, right? Babylon has to jump into this thing, right? So it says, Iran test-fired advanced ballistic missiles on Tuesday in a series of war drills meant to prepare the Islamic Republic for a strike on Israeli military sites that house American-made F-35 fighter jets, according to the country's state-controlled media. So it says Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, which is behind a series of recent strikes on American and Israeli positions across the Middle East, simulated destroying hangars housing the Israelis' regime's United States procured F-35 warplanes by using ballistic missiles, according to the information about the drills published in Tehran's official media outlet. It says during the war simulation, the IRGC fired enhanced versions of its Imad and Qadar ballistic missiles against the F-35 hangars located inside a mock-up of Tel Aviv regime's Bahasham Air Base, located just outside of the major city, Israeli city, Salakia. Says Iran claims its missiles are capable of striking deep into Israel and are capable of traveling more than 1,000 miles, right? It says Iran's latest war drills come as its terrorist proxies in Yemen, Syria, Iraq, and Lebanon carry out increasingly deadly operations against U.S. and Israeli forces in the region, including a late January strike by the Houthi militant group that killed 3 American military members and sparked a spat of retaliatory attacks by America, right, or Babylon. It says an attack on Israeli store of F-35s would deal a devastating blow to the Jewish state as it faces down a conflict with Hamas on its southern border and an increasingly dangerous threat from Hezbollah on its northern border. Tensions were also heightened on Wednesday afternoon when the House Intelligence Committee disclosed that it has viewed classified materials outlining a serious national security threat, right? I'm not going to read any more of it, right? But you see, right? Hey, it's on and popping, right? This stuff is going down, right? And, and I hadn't researched it, but I had seen, it was a brother who did a video, and it was talking about how, while the Super Bowl was going on, right, here in Babylon, Israel was basically doing war strikes on, I forgot what area, right? And they were using, advanced missiles and all types of weaponry, while all this stuff was going on, while everybody was being distracted by, through this Super Bowl, right? They were actually, planning and they implemented strikes, and I can't, recall of what it was, but I heard about that, right? So now you see Iran is getting ready, right? And if we know, if Iran is there, right, and if something happens, guess what? Russia's going to back them up. Russia, China, right, the BRICS nations, right? And then if Israel tries to retaliate or do something, then America has to jump in too, So, this is all, coming to plan what the scriptures say, right? And let's get that real quick, Let's go to the book of, I believe it's Jeremiah. Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 34, right? It says, "Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, that he have taken against Babylon," right? And we know what Babylon is talking about America, right? It says, "And his purposes that he have purposed against the land of the Chaldeans." It says, "Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out," right? So right now, America's they really not trying to get into this stuff, because they know what this is going to lead to, right? So they're really not trying to, right? But it says the least shall draw them out, right? Because guess what? Israel is going to they've been doing these things, to antagonize these other nations, right? They're basically doing genocide over there, and they're doing these things, and all these other nations, they see this thing, right? And guess what? If they get into conflict, then guess what? America or Babylon they're gonna have to jump in. They're gonna have to jump into this thing. Okay? So that's why it says, "Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them," right? Because hey, once America joins, it's on and popping, right? And then we know what the scriptures, to say that, the nations are going to be angry, with Babylon for all the deceit and the lies and the things that they have done, right? And they're going to turn against them, right? When you read up, where is it? Here we go. Verse 29, right? This is Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 29. It says, "Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about, let none thereof escape, recompense her according to her work," right? "According to all that she have done, do unto her, for she have been proud against Yahawashi, against the Holy One of Israel," right? It says, "Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith Yahawashi." Because it's going to come a day where, they're going to be, the nations are going to turn and put, shoot their arrows, right? Which are those ICBM missiles, right? Those intercontinental ballistic missiles, the ones like the same type of ones that they're testing out now. Those are not intercontinental, but those are ballistic missiles that they have, right? But they have these that are going to have these nuclear warheads on there, and they're going to, they're going to shoot at her, right? It says, Jeremiah 50 verse 9, it says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations," right? What's those great nations? You got Iran, right? It's led by Russia, which is Gog and Magog in the scriptures, right? According to in the book of Ezekiel, right? The Most High is gonna put hooks in their jaws and get them to basically lead charge to destroy Babylon, right? Along with Yahawashi and the angels, right, and the chariots, right, with their weapons. Right? But it says, "For lo, I will raise up and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her, and from thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as if a mighty expert men. None shall return in vain, right? Because these ICBM, and you see all these nations, they've been testing out these ICBM missiles, right? To see how accurate they are, to see, to test them out, to make sure that they work, right? Because guess what? In that time, it says none shall return in vain. Hey, these things are going to hit their mark, right? These things are going to hit their mark. Wherever Yahawashi has planned for it to hit, it's going to hit its mark, right? And it's going to turn this place into the lake of fire, because it's going to be so many ICBM missiles that are going to hit this place, right? And it's going to utterly destroy this place, right? Like it says, let me see. Here we go. Verse 13. It says, because of the wrath of Yahawah, it shall not be inhabited. This is talking about Babylon, right? It says, it shall not be inhabited, but shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues, right? It says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against Yahawashi. So they're going to shoot all the ICBM missiles that they have at this place, right? All their weapons. They're gonna make sure that this place is utterly finished, and this place is gonna be desolate, according to the scriptures, right? When you read, what John the Revelator talks about it, looking like a lake of fire. Because it's going to be so many ICBM missiles that are going to hit this place, right? Turn this place into a lake of fire. Okay. Let me see. And so, we see this playing out right now, man. Right? We see this. And let me get this right. I'm gonna close it up. I'm not gonna make this too long. I believe it's 14. This is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. It says the second woe is past, right? And this woe is talking about world wars, right? The second world war is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, right? The third woe cometh quickly. The third world war is coming quickly, and we see it, at hand, right? We see these nations, they about to get into it, right? And the scriptures tell you in the book of Isaiah, let's go to that, then I'm going to close it out. 9, I believe in 5. Salakia. 9 and 5. Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, right? It says, in garments rolled in blood, right? So most battles and wars throughout history have been fought, on a battlefield, right, with swords and bayonets and shields, even grenades, whatever, all these other things, right? Confused, yelling and a whole lot of confusion, right? And it says, in garments rolled in blood. It says, but this, right, shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And this is talking about the third woe, which is World War III. Right, this is going to be with burning and fuel of fire, and that's talking about those ICBM missiles. That's talking about this nuclear war that's gonna pop off, right? And it's going to destroy Babylon, right? And the least is going to draw them out, right? And that least is talking about Israel. It's going to draw them out, okay? So, Lord's will, this is edifying, right? I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash, right? Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, a mighty shalom to the elect, right? To the 144,000 men, 12,000 from each tribe, and to the rest of the elect. Stay diligent, stay focused, keep watching, right? Watching what's going on, because you see these things, man, right? It's a lot of news, especially around in that area. And a lot of your regular news shows, they're not talking about this, right? So you got to find other sources, to find out what's going on, because you need to be up to what's going on and watching, So, and to the rest of the elect, stay diligent, stay focused, keep praying for one another that we endure this. That Yahawah puts the spirit on us to be diligent, and to endure, these trials and tribulations that are coming, upon this place, that we may be covered, under his wings, that we may run to the strong tower, right? To that name, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi in these last days, right? And with that, I want to say, Shalom.